So after every trip, Jen and I would always put like a gallon or two in the fresh tank in case we needed to use the facilities on the way home from wherever it is we are. Then I just noticed that the trailer was just pulling heavy, just pulling weird, but I didn't pay much attention to it. Anyways, come back here in the back and I'll look under here, and the fresh tank was just sagging really, really bad. So I pulled the freshwater tank, a bunch of water came out, and then we must have dropped, I don't know, 10, 15 gallons of water that had built up. So there's no telling how much weight that was. But what I've noticed now, let me turn this around, started sagging really, really bad in the middle. All right, now I don't know where the pump intake is on here, but anyway, it would not empty out all the way because of over there, that's where your little fresh drain is. There is a bunch of water literally right here in the middle. I can feel it juggling. You can kind of see it. You see the water juggling around inside of here? There are two straps, one there, holding, what, 480 pounds of water? I forgot the weight of this thing, but anyway, and it's all sagging in the middle. So I don't feel comfortable going down the road with just two straps holding this thing together and a big sag in the middle. So anyway, I'm gonna have to go get another strap at the minimum. I may even have to come up with something else, but I gotta get this water drained as well, which is gonna get me wet because I'm gonna have to pull that, and I'm gonna have to push up on this center part just to get the water out so it's not sagging enough that I can get another strap up in here. Let's see where. Okay, so we got a bar right there. We can fasten another strap, and I'm assuming there's another bar down there. So I'm gonna have to pull this corrugated stuff back even further. All right, so I got this water bucket here that we use to catch the water from the to catch the water from the air conditioner when we're inside of the shop. Dang, that's a lot of, oh crap, I'm gonna have to go dump this. I don't know. Might be able to make it, but I'm gonna have to push up in the center because it's all bowed out from the water we've had in there to get it to drain fully. And bear in mind, I drained this once down to where I thought I had gotten all the water out, but apparently not, before we drove it home. But, so that's full, and I can still see a bunch of water up inside of here, so I'm gonna have to drain a lot more. So just take note, there's a lot of water in this fresh tank. So to get my jack, put a piece of wood under there and push up here to try to get the water sloshing around. So anyway, that's my third bucket full of water. All right, so getting up underneath here to be able to pull this corrugated off. We're gonna have to get this foam out from around the deals because it's keeping it from being able to pop on down off of the holes. So just grabbing it, pulling it off, throwing it in my little bag here, my Home Depot bag. It's not too hard. This valve, I think they reinforce it pretty good to maybe support the valve. I don't know, man, but it's a pretty fair amount of material. All right, so once all the black foam is away, I think I'm just gonna make a slit across here because I don't feel like, you know, pulling all this valve off and everything to get it around this one little square hole that they cut out in the corrugated material. Just took my little straight edge, cut a slit. Now I can get around this. I'll just fill this back up with foam whenever I go to put it all back together. All right, pulling the corrugated down. I can now get to the beams for reinforcing stuff. All right, so I folded the corrugated back and some water was dripping down. Now these 265s, the spray port is notorious for leaking, so I'm gonna have to check that before I put all this back together. So it looks like it's got little metal straps. I think those metal straps are water heater retaining straps. I have to run up to the Home Depot and check out and see if we can find some. I think what I bought already may be a little more difficult than needed to get in there, which was this stuff right here. It doesn't appear to be as flexible. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, as I'm looking at it, of course that's got a hole underneath that sticker, but that's the stuff I've got here. I think that will work. And I like that it's already got a hole got the holes pre-drilled. As long as they line up with that black rail that you can't see, it's probably about 1 inch wide right here, that we should be able to put if I can line that hole up, we can, I don't know, we'll have to measure it out. I might have to get my vise and bend this stuff though. All right, come in. All right, so I went to the Home Depot and got some galvanized hanger straps to help reinforce our water tank. Got some 1/4 inch by 1 inch self-tapping screws. That's what they basically used up underneath there. Got some 1/4 inch washers, kind of help reinforce that as well. So I'll get up underneath there and start putting them in. The thing about that galvanized strap, as soon as you pop it, it's going to want to unfurl on you. What I do like is it's pre-holed, so one less thing to have to put holes in. All right, so I got this punch, so I'm going to go ahead and punch my spot on the I-beam. That'll just make drilling it a little bit easier. So these are self-tappers, and so drilling in there, boy, it is still, woo! It's tough trying to get that in there. Once it's in there, it does self-thread and self-tap, so I'm able to get in there. So I got my pilot one done. All right, so strap it was 25 feet for like 10 bucks. Make sure when you put your screw in that you don't, because these hoses will normally ride up behind this beam here. And so I had to make sure I pulled them out of the way when I was putting that screw in. It was rubbing that screw up into those hoses. All right, cut it off with my handy dandy Dremel tool. So once it gets its sag back in, it fills back up and it's about even with the sag of those. So it all works out, I guess. All right, so the big bulger's here in the middle, so put these 3 in the center. Hopefully, it's not gonna keep it from bulging. It's already stretched out in the center, and no matter how taut I pull these, they still kind of bubble down. But as long as they keep this thing from falling out in the center, we still have our main reinforcements on the sides. Hopefully I can not have to worry about this thing falling out going down the road, because I do like to keep a little bit of water in there, especially if I'm gonna do some boondocking soon. All right, now for the moment of truth. We gonna fresh tank fill, see how it looks. All right, got a little air in the line, but it is filling up here. You can see the water splashing a little bit as it's coming in. So FYI, it does feel like the water's coming in on this corner over here by the spray port. Of course, anybody who knows anything about 265s, the spray ports are notoriously leaky. Drain for the fresh tank. I get up in there, wish my light would come on. I just had it on. Anyway, don't see any water. Oh, now the light comes on. Anyway, you can see the water bouncing. So, yep, get a little taut on the retaining straps in the center. Like I said, I'm not gonna be able to keep the whole thing flat, but if I can just keep that thing from bulging so much in the middle and have peace of mind knowing I got more than just the 2 straps there, hopefully the job will be done. So one thing I did notice, my fresh tank high water sensor came undone, and that explains a little bit too. So I could also run a long ways along this main beam right here to the side. I didn't get enough screws to do that, but you know what? I may do a long way here and a long way there. but I think I'm gonna let it ride for a little bit. I don't know if you can tell, so we're over our second sensor now. There we go. So we're a couple inches from the top up there. I haven't made it up to that last one. But, I mean, you can see it's still got a little sag, but got 3 more straps up underneath there. So it gives me a little more peace of mind. And so, fresh tank, yeah. So we're reading 2/3 full. So, yeah, we'll take it. So I couldn't find the black stuff that was underneath the trailer, but I got this great stuff. So let's see how great it is. Shake it up, there, okay. Here we go, all right. Oh, that's pretty neat. Okay, should keep the varmints out. Ooh, oh crap, that comes out. Oh, gotta be careful. I found it best to just kind of push it in and just give it a little bump and then move over to the next section. Give it a little bump and just do it in little small things. If you try to spray it everywhere, it's all falling everywhere. All right, so I'm finding as I spray it, the weight of it is wanting it to just like fall down. So I've got an idea. I don't know if you can see, but I put a little strip of packing tape across there. That way it'll take the weight of this. So if I get any amount of it, it just like falls down and gets on the shop floor and makes me mad. Yeah, that's working a lot better. The tape's taking the weight of the foam, so it's not dripping down, making a mess.